All right, here we go with another video in Lightroom Mobile. This video is the second in a series around color edits. The first one was the HSL panel, using those tools, hue, saturation, luminance of the colors to shape attention, change the mood. This next panel is, or the control is called split toning. So we're gonna work with some split toning here in Lightroom Mobile, so join me on the phone here. So I'm gonna work on this photo of a train depot in Issaquah, Washington. And this photo, like all the photos that I'm gonna edit here, I'm gonna do some edits to get it quickly where I want first from a exposure and maybe technical standpoint, and then in this case I'm going to use the split toning to get where I want kind of emotionally. So here we go. So first off, this photo is really common. You'll get some issues with exposure from a camera when you're on a sunny day with a bright sky and then in any kind of shadow. So the sky's too bright, the side of the building is too dark. Here's my quick tip for fixing that. Hop into the light area of controls and then skip down to highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks. And I'm gonna take highlights and whites both to about -100 and see what happens. In this case, we got the sky back, so that's good. The shadows are going to be the side of the building here, so I'm going to tap on that and make that brighter, about +60, +80, somewhere in that neighborhood, and already it's better. Whew. Okay, so that's a quick suggestion anytime you've got an image with a bright sky or anything bright and something that's dark and kind of lost in the shadows. Take the highlights and whites, go -100 or so, and then shadows go about +80 or so, and that should help you out. I'm going to stay in the exposure, the light panel for just a minute. I'm going to turn up contrast just a little bit, about +30. I'm going to take the blacks and go just a little negative there. That'll add some more contrast to the image that you lose when you pull the whites and highlights down and push the shadows up. So we're best of both worlds here. Okay, I'm going to hop over to effects real quick, continue, just do a couple little things I would normally do in an image, turn the texture up, especially for the wood in here, add a little clarity. Here's another hint for the sky. If you really want to see the clouds, oftentimes dehaze will help you do that. It's going to make your image a little darker, but dehaze will help. We'll just pop that up to about +30. You have to be a little careful with dehaze. Sometimes it adds an extra crunch that you may not want. So just see how it looks. And if you're not sure, remember to always zoom in and double check details that something didn't get made look worse by doing some of these controls that look good when you're zoomed out, but always zoom in. All right, so we're in good shape here. We've got an image that's got better exposure from what the original was. And here's what I want to do next. What I want to do is make this feel, because it's an old kind of retro museum, I want to make this feel like a photo that was taken sometime in the mid-70s maybe, and it's been sitting in a photo album ever since. So it was a photo print made from film. It's been aging for almost 50 years. So if you remember when Instagram first came out, they had a filter called 1970s, and it kind of mimicked what I'm going to try and do here. As photos age, print photos age, the dyes and the chemicals that make up the colors tend to change and fade over time. And what happens is with those most film stocks from those days, you get a little more gold in the highlights, the bright parts of the image, and you get a little more pink, the magenta, in the darker parts of the image. So we can do that with split toning. And split toning lives in the color tab here in Lightroom Mobile, above the texture slider. Excuse me, it's not the color, it's in effects. I apologize. It's in effects. The effects tab right above texture. And it says split toning. So tap that to turn this on, and you get this rainbow, two rainbows of color with two control points. So here's what you're looking at here. The highlights are the bright parts of the image, and the shadows are the darker parts of the image. And basically what you can do here is add a color overlay to each of those tone ranges, those brightness level ranges. And the way you do that is simply tap on that circle, and I'm going to start with highlights, and you got to, it's a little tricky on with the phone, because at least with me with my fat fingers. So you pull up to increase saturation, the richness of the color, and then you go right or left to change the color itself that it's adding. So I start with the red colors. I'm at mid 60s for saturation just to see what's going on. And then I slide to the right and I move through yellows and greens and blues and purples and pinks and back to red. So for this, as I mentioned, what I want is this kind of orangey, golden orange color. So I'm at about the hue of 45 and my saturation's 68. It's an eyeball thing. It looks good. I'm going to do the same thing with shadows. So I'm going to slide to the right to turn the volume up of this the color. I'm going to slide up to turn the volume up of the color, and I'll slide left and right to change the color itself. Same color ranges. All the way on the right is pink, sliding back through purples and blues and greens and yellows and golds, and back to pink. And actually where I want to be, the pink I'm kind of looking for to overlay on the shadows, so the darker parts of the image, in this case the sides of the building and a little bit of the roof, the dark parts of the roof. So I want to be somewhere between 15 and 25 for the hue, and the saturation's about 70. So it's pretty dramatic. Maybe it's a little overdone here, but at least we can see what we're doing. So what I've got now is, it color-wise, it feels like the tones that an image might have from that era of time. So what I want to do now is but it's too sharp. It looks too good. Digital photos look great nowadays, and if you've ever seen a photo taken with especially an Instamatic camera from the 70s, they don't look this good. So I want to complete kind of the Instamatic look here by, I'm going to tap done on split toning, so those colors are fine. And then I'm going to go back to and kind of undo all the things I did to make it look better in the first place, and that's okay, sometimes you do this. So I'm going to tap on light first, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn my contrast back to 0. And the quickest way to get any of these sliders in Lightroom Mobile back to 0, their starting point, is to just double tap on the circle for the slider. I'll leave contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, and blacks alone for now. Actually, I'll probably pull the shadows down a little bit, keep it a little dark. Go to color, no, I'm going to skip color. Go to effects and undo texture, undo clarity, undo dehaze. Actually, what I might even do is add a little extra dehaze, little extra hazing by going to -10 on dehaze, and a little less clarity by going maybe -10 there. So now this is starting to look a little bit more like, yep, it's been sitting in a photo album in someone's closet for 40 or 50 years. So that's a little closer look at, again, thinking cinematically, thinking emotionally with color in images. There's lots of ways to approach color. There's more than one way to get to a color look. In your photos, you have the white balance controls. That's one way. HSL, hue, saturation, luminance. That's another. And then one of the other strong ways to do that here is with split toning. So lots of ways to shape color, lots of ways to shape light, and all in the name of getting your image looking the way it felt. So it helps tell the story of what the person's looking at. It adds an extra layer besides the facts of the photo. It adds color, which we connect to emotionally. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. There'll be a couple more videos coming up here in this series on Lightroom Mobile. We'll get into some of the selective tools, the tools that let you edit just part of the image. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be coming next week. Look forward to hearing from you, seeing what photos you take. I hope you're staying well in these pandemic times and that you're washing your hands and taking lots of photos. I hope to see you soon. Take care out there. Bye for now.